I'm going to tell you how to get 2 shares of DWAC for the price of 1 almost. I'm not joking. One on a car guy, one on a carguy.com. And I got all kinds of classic cars around here. Trans Ams up to Yin Yang and all kinds of other cool stuff. Make sure and check my channel. I've got close to 7,000 videos on between 2 channels. This video is not about a car though, so if you clicked it about a car, sorry, you should have read the thumbnail in the description maybe. But some days, I don't even get out of the bathrobe, man. I'm mining crypto, Bitcoin, Cadena, Nervos, Litecoin, all kinds of stuff, Dogecoin, and I'm trading stocks. And I did not know about DWAC until the morning of. When I seen it at 21, stood up stunned, couldn't believe what I was reading, and went and got a glass of orange juice. By the time I came back, I couldn't get in for less than about $24.50, $25. So I bought in, and I kind of just had it's just a couple grand. Kind of just had the sense that, the thought that, hey, I'm just gonna sit on this. I'm just going to sit on it. And once I started studying the stock and realizing there's a unit, there's a stock, and there's a warrant, I realized that I wanted the warrants. They were cheap. Well, they went from 54 cents or so up to, I think I got in at 18. It closed that day at 11:29, and I actually jumped in aftermarket. So I'm going to tell you how to get 2 shares of DWAC for the price of 1 almost. I'm not joking. Basically, I'll explain it in the front here, and then you can watch the rest of the video if you want. It'll just be me clipping around and looking at stuff and doing what I'm doing. In fact, right here, I'm going to throw in a little bit of crypto mining. Handshake, Nervos, Cadena, all Doge, Litecoin, Doge, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Doge. Okay, so watch the later part if you want. I'll be doing the refresh of the stock prices and all that, and I'll do the math for you. But here's the deal. If you buy DWAC, you absolutely own 1 share of DWAC. If you buy a warrant, you don't really own nothing except a right to execute a warrant and the right to pay, I believe on this one, it's $11.50 to get that stock. So when you exercise your warrant rights, you'll have to pay $11.50. Now, right about this time, it's selling for about $31 for a warrant. Meanwhile, it might be 33 by now. Meanwhile, let's just go with 30. How's that? That'll be easy. Meanwhile, the stock is selling for around 70. So if I can, for 30, buy the warrant and pay $11.50 extra, you'll see the math later. It was almost 2 for 1 within like $5 to $10. So when DWAC is at $78 and the warrant's at 30, that means for $30 plus $11.50, so $41.50 times 2 would be $83. So $78.83. So you're $5 shy of getting 2 for 1. So think about it like that. If you buy a warrant, and don't do this is not my financial advice. I bought this, and I'm going to probably sell all my stock and buy warrants, depending on what happens here after market and in the morning. But when you buy a stock, you own the stock at $78. You buy the warrant at 30, pay $11.50. You're in for $41.50. You're saving so much off the price of the stock that you can almost afford 2. So for the long-term thinker, for the person that is in this for the long term, because I don't think you can exercise the rights to that warrant for somewhere between 8 to 12 months. Not only that, if the project gets held up, it won't be executable for longer. So basically, if you're long on this, I think you get the right to buy this stock until June of 2028. Do your research. It's up there in the 8K that they filed. But yeah, that's in a nutshell. If you buy the unit still looks better than just the stock because you get the warrant too, and you're saving money off the actual price of just buying the warrant and the stock. If you bought the 2 separate, it'll cost you more than buying the unit. So there's your thinking. The unit may be the mid deal. Depends on how long you are on the stock. If you're short on it, then you're going to end up with maybe the stock running a lot more in the short term and not being able to get that full value out of it. The warrants should follow the stock pretty close. You should be about 12 bucks difference. That should be it. Problem is, it's like $35 difference or so. Check out the rest of this. I'm just putting this up to give you a little information on it. Stock for me, I've been moving stuff over to Bitcoin and Litecoin and such, and slowly, but I grew up at 6 years old using the marker to highlight my grandpa's stocks in the newspaper. So I've been it's been grown into me to do stocks, and then working with some companies and stuff, I got just information about stocks that I put to use. But I'm trying to put that over into Bitcoin. But I just figure with this units and warrants and DWAC thing, it'd be a good time for this kind of content, because I do have a lot of people on my site that do enjoy the stock videos. So that's that. Don't buy this stuff unless you're really wanting to gamble. Do something more solid maybe, and that's that. Subscribe, like, comment. Here we go with the rest.
Well, okay, I probably put an intro on this. I am trading my coin. That's basically what I'm doing today, is moving some of my mining around, keeping an eye on Cadena for sure. It's reached like $8.35, and we're talking from just a little while ago. When was this? About 2.5 months, it was sitting at 35 cents. About 1.5 months ago, it was sitting at 76 cents. So at 10 times in a month and a half minimum, and then came back down a little. So whatever, watching the coins, doing some futures on that, waiting for XRP to hit that perfect spot where I can make a 5 times leveraged bet. But this is about my DWAC video I made, and as you will see, DWAC, if you look that up or you're into it, is on a move one way or another. This is the one. It was stock warrants, stock, and stock units explained. Now, yesterday, I almost did what I should have. At the middle of the trading day, which is around 10 a.m. my time. Where is this? Boom. What I was going to do, what I should have done, is sell my DWAC. Sell. And to do that yesterday, I could have sold this, and this point is still in effect. If you're long on DWAC, I'm going to tell you which one looks like the best bet according to the numbers. This is today, this is yesterday. Right about here, I almost sold all my DWAC at about $68. I would have been even better if I did it on Monday at $97. That would have been awesome. I wasn't sure what I was going to do. I'm in at 21, and I'm long on it. I'm up 200% right now on DWAC. However, there is 2 more stocks, and I will go ahead and open this one in a different window. No, I won't. Okay. Let's do this. So we got the unit, the stock, and we got the warrant. So here we go. $78.29. Up 11%. This is the unit. So the unit, let's just round it up and say 80 bucks. The stock is selling for 63. Now, the unit means you're getting 1 DWAC and you're getting 1 DWACW. So you get a share of stock and you get a warrant. The warrants today are up 31% and climbing as we speak. So what I would have done yesterday is bought here. And that would have been at let's say $23. So if I'd bought at $23, today I'd be up around 30%. So that would have been a big move. Plus, I would have saved myself losing, what is this, $79.50. Let's just say 80. 80. Oh, I didn't have this one. Hang on now. It was 70 down to 63. So I lost a good 10% here. Earlier, it was down 18%. But I would have made a lot more because then I would have put my money into this. Look at that this morning. Fell all the way to 58. So here's the nutshell of it. The reason I was going to do this is because This is the deal. This is the one. If you're long, I think this is the one a guy wants. Look at that pump today. And the reason I think is because it's not doing what it's supposed to. It's just not. If you own the unit, then you own one of these and one of these. That would be 30 plus 63. You have $93 worth of value in this. So this right now is underselling by what? 15 bucks. So it's under by 15 bucks, or this is overvalued, or perhaps this, you got to figure it's going to cost you $11.50 to execute that warrant. So $30 plus $11.50, you're going to be at $41. Let's just say 41. 30. Yeah, okay, 41 bucks to buy a share of stock, essentially, because you're buying the warrant and then you're paying the execute price in 12 months or 8 months, whatever it is. So, in effect, for $41, you get one share of DWAC. So, that's $22 under right now. And as this pumps with the contracts, or the warrants, I mean, it's not the way it's supposed to be. The warrants are still cheap, according to the stock price. So it's just kind of a comparison to show you how these things are moving. I mean, this was at $36.50. If a guy would have sold out, you could have bought back in at 22, made a mint, and be back up. I could sell again. But a guy could make a lot of money day trading this stock. DWACU, if you believe that DWAC is where it's supposed to be, well, then you may as well go ahead and buy this. It's better value at the traded price. I mean, you have to get both. So I want to do the math again. I want to make sure where this thing is. And I've been refreshing all day. Look there. Just boonk. Boonk. You know, I mean, look at that leg up. Shoot. So, 31 plus 11. Let's just say 31 plus 10 is 41, plus a buck is 42. We're at 43 now. 43 to own a share versus this here is 63. It's still 20 bucks on the discount. And this might be falling by now. Okay, so that is your comparison. I just wanted to, again, compare that if you're into buying these stocks, you might want to do some real research on everything, because this warrant should not be selling for this price if this stock's really worth this. So there's one of two things here. Either this is severely overvalued by $20, or this is severely undervalued by $20, or when you add them together, 31 and that is 94 versus that. So make your own choices. If I was long on DWAC, I would buy the warrants and I would sell them. That's if I was going to be long on it. Look at, they touched 68.50, more than twice what they are now. If you're long on it and you really want it, I think the warrants are the best value. Don't take this as advice. Don't do anything I do. I will be trading into the warrants here. I'm not gonna. The holding the stock is cool, but the warrants are moving so fast up and down and stuff, and everything is up and down, that they're not even trailing the stock yet. There has to be a reckoning here, and it's either going to be on the warrants or it's going to be on the stock. Something has to correct. But that's that. That's my video, and make sure to subscribe. I've got lots of videos on here. In fact, I just put one up the other day. In fact, there's one going on right now. I'm supposed to be in a live stream. I sure am. I put one up on this machine. This one miner is making me $75,000 a year. It's kind of insane. But I'm going to go ahead and put my own thing on here and watch my video. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you. All right, I just refreshed this, and it's went up another $6 or so. And I'm going to refresh this one live. The way this stock is moving is pretty interesting. Pretty interesting, to say the least. What's the unit doing? Tell me about the unit. Whoa. Yeah, man. That's quick jump there. I don't know what the timestamp was before, but it's 12:37 now. And that definitely makes a difference. But let's look at it the same way. $70 for the stock. I'll bet you it's moved. So $71 for the stock. $33 for this. So 33 plus 11. Oh, that's perfect. 33.50 plus 50. You need 11.50. That's 34, 35, $45 to buy a share of stock here. 71 here. That's now a $26 difference. It's just widening as this goes up, and this goes up 3 times, 4 times as much. What is that? 45%, and this has went up 20%. Okay, 2 times plus as much. But the warrant is still the deal, even though it's went up twice as much. This, in comparison to the stock, you know, and looking at the warrant price, I'd buy the unit before I bought the stock. But the right move, if you're long on it, could be to just buy 2 warrants. You buy 2 warrants, you're going to be into for 66, 67 plus 11.50 twice, so 13, 67, 70, $80 for 2 shares of stock versus $71 for 1 share of stock. That's almost 2 for 1. That makes me want to liquidate part and buy this. I don't know how much something like this can move. Nobody really has any experience with something that's moving like this. I mean, this is where I was talking to you, and then it legged up so much. I think this might have been right here. And then it just legged right up, man. And we got another hour and 20 minutes of the trading day. I don't know what a move for tomorrow is, but I want to be ready for it.